Also, shout out to I think Harsum is also casting in English as well. I feel a little bit bad. As we were already loading in, Harsum did message asking to get into this series, but I have no power here, but you have no power here. But of course we may be able to get Harsum into game 2, depending on whether he is available or not. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing Dragon Kaizi Gaming. It is Jieshi. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Shout out to Harsum. He actually has been he's been casting ESL Open Cup Asia recently, a little bit more consistently as well. I think a big reason for that is because this is now a better time for Europe. So you know, we can actually have some more European representation in these events. And I'll do my best to accommodate, do my best. As ByuN is going to be going for double gas opener here. He even hides his first racks here, covering the cliff area as well. We actually saw this over the weekend from ByuN. It was pretty interesting. It's something that you mainly see in TvT to like block the Reaper cliff, but I think we theorized that it was just like mind games. It was just to like try to keep his opponent in the dark if we did see a probe scout, just to delay the scout of the racks a little bit longer and maybe force an overreaction, or maybe just, you know, have a bit of a faster Reaper across the map, because it will be able to move out and hit across the map a couple of seconds sooner. Interesting stuff. As we are getting into this game again, because of the double gas opener, it means that ByuN does have a much faster factory as well. Does have a faster factory to just be a little bit more aggressive, be a little bit more in the face of Jieshi. Of course, he isn't one base all in by any means. We do have the CC behind this, but yeah, with this, he's going to be able to get into factory production much sooner. Actually going to be going for a Widow Mine first. Interesting. Okay, ByuN, you have my attention. Apologize, I was just a little bit distracted, but yeah, he's going to be going into a faster 1-1-1, soon to be, I imagine, a Widow Mine drop. I was assuming he was going to go into Hellion production, but no, we have a second mine on the way. Mine drop will be upon us. Reaper was denied entry into the main base. Bear that in mind. He was unable to get into the main, unable to scout the initial tech. The Adepts have been able to keep up for the most part and even do avoid that mine and slip into the main. The CC is going to be delayed momentarily. We do have a mine as well, and the SCVs are able to trap this Adept, but the Adept is still able to go down with a fight. Takes down 2 SCVs before going down. Gets a full scout, confirms the 1-1-1, confirms the timing of the CC, as well as those 2 Widow Mines. So a very nice start here from Jieshi. So we do have that medevac on the way for a drop. Now, I believe he's going to be moving out with Marines as well. Yep, there we go. He's going to be moving out, not just with the mines, but also with Marines, just to be that much more aggressive, just to deal that much more damage across the map. It's going to be a little bit more committed. Of course, Jieshi is fully aware of the drop potential. Like, he scouted everything earlier. He should know what is going on. Stalkers are getting ready. 1 in the main, 2 here at the natural. It is a 2-gate opener into a faster third base, so Jieshi is going for a much more economic opener this time. And the drop does dive into the natural. Blink still a couple of seconds away from finishing. Oh, looks like the mine in the natural will go down without getting a shot off, but we are able to drop into the main as well. So far, Jieshi has been able to react very well, but he takes a mine to the face and he will lose a Stalker. Oh, it would have been worth it if he got the medevac, but alas, the medevac did survive. 1 Stalker for 2, sorry, 2 Widow Mines for a Stalker. A decent trade here for ByuN, but not ideal. As it's keeping the pressure up, we have the Raven on the way, heading towards the natural base to harass. Behind this, additional Raxes are being thrown down. For the most part, Jieshi has been able to get away with this faster third Nexus. And here, this drop shouldn't really be doing too much damage. At least it is tying up some of these Stalkers. They are stuck here in the main. As the auto turret does dive in, but we have the DPS to focus it down. Doesn't get a probe. Feels auto turret, man. They are so much more fragile than they used to be. They used to be far more threatening, but alas, Jieshi doesn't lose any probes. And he's in a pretty good position, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That can all change at a moment's notice, though, as the observer does spot the move out, does have eyes on these tanks. And we can see Jieshi's getting ready here at his third. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult here because Jieshi is still forced to keep some units here in his fringe, or at his natural and at his main. Oh, as ByuN anticipates a move out, does siege up his army here in the middle of the map. Interesting. So it looks like ByuN is aware that he got scattered and he's just playing with the idea, just hoping that Jieshi will just stumble upon this army. Cheeky moves by ByuN. As he does pull back. And the observer does confirm this, does see the tanks back at home, and we should see a scan. With the death of that observer, it's okay. We have a second observer. Another one is coming to take its place. Raven is still down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map as well. Going to be threatening another run by, another counterattack with those auto turrets. And ByuN didn't lose anything, of course. He did delay his push, and once again he does get scattered here by Jieshi. He sees everything, he knows all. He's getting ready for that push. No, he does have a couple of sentries, so he will be able to force field this ramp, or even force field the choke point, or even the ramp. He does cut up these Marines, and a good chunk of them do go down instantly. Due to the detection as well, we are able to take down that first mine. Raven does join the fray. We will have an anti-armor missile. Zealots are diving on forward, and we're getting on top of the tanks. Jieshi just completely shutting this down. Oh my god. we have the flank. We have the surround set up as well, but no, it looks like the Immortal does go down. The Zealots, they come in just a little bit too late. At least ByuN was able to get to the Immortal, but he did lose all of his tanks. Now he is looking quite vulnerable. Thankfully, he keeps the Marines alive at least. Barely in those medevacs. Jieshi expands behind this. Medevac drop. Still looking for a way in. And I love this from Jieshi. He's not overextending, even though he took a really good fight. Like, ByuN is pretty well defended, pretty well set up here at his natural. So Jieshi's just gonna get further ahead. And ByuN is barely taking his third, as Jieshi has a fourth. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Prism diving in towards the main. We have a Zealot drop being set up. I'm sure he's waiting for when ByuN moves out before we go in with the Prism. Observer. Able to scout the army, able to scout that third base. Oh, that's going to be the cue here for Jieshi. He's forced to recall. Does he get out? No, he does not. The Zealots are forced to engage with the army as well. Not too much economic damage is being done, but at the same time, the main force of Jieshi hits the third, but ByuN was ready and waiting. He does get a couple of SCVs in the main. Oh my god. More than I thought. Good chunk of workers go down. 17 in total. My god. I want to say he got around 7 or so there, but I guess he got more. Meanwhile, the medevac finally gets cleaned up. ByuN focusing on his main push. Oh, is coming across the Colossi. We have a lot of energy on this Raven. He's looking for the disables, and he will get them. First disable does connect. At the same time, Zealot Rambai is wreaking havoc, and ByuN is losing a lot of SCVs across the map. We have a minefield, but alas, it's not really coming into play. Oh, 2 massive mine shots go off on those Stalkers. Colossi looking very vulnerable. With the death of those Stalkers, there's nothing to really deal with those Vikings. Robo gets depowered. Colossi going down. ByuN is losing a lot of workers across the map, but he still has a massive standing army. As he breaks into the natural base, probes are being focused down left and right. Every single Colossus goes down to only a handful of Vikings. And can Jieshi even deal with this? I don't think he can. Yeah, we just stim on forward. There is no splash damage, no zealots either. Jieshi was playing this out so well, so incredibly well, but alas, was caught out of position. Does hold here in his main base, but we're not stopping. ByuN is not stopping. Widowmine drop in towards the third. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Oh my god. Just very quickly, things just snowballed out of control in favor of ByuN. Oh, I just realized I didn't even fix this. Oh. My apologies. There we go. Okay, there we go. We are just setting on up. Just trying to figure out who's who. But yeah, ByuN will take the first game. Sorry, I'm just setting things up in-game in the lobby. Am I crazy? Austin is streaming, right? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought something else is going on. But here we go. We are getting into our next game. Oh, into a TvP. And yeah, that was a pretty impressive showing. Pretty impressive showing there by ByuN. In the midst of all that chaos, was able to get a really good fight going his way. So when it comes to the breakdown of what happened, he kind of, I say he baited, but Silky did accidentally blink forward into the army of ByuN. He took mine shots to the face, and after the Stalkers died, that's when the Vikings showed up. The Vikings were waiting for their moment to dive on in after the death of those Stalkers, and they quickly took care of the Colossi. There was very little anti-air to protect them, and yeah, in one fell swoop, game 1 did end. But now we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is Jieshi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Let's go, puppy. Let's go. Oh. And he's having some fun, puppy. Again, I was really impressed. I feel like Jieshi was playing so well in that last game. It was great to see how he was able to perform. Oh, and he does scout the proxy, forces the cancel as well. Let's go. Reading this so well, anticipating the cheese from ByuN, forcing him to throw down his racks back at home. Beautiful, beautiful. And ByuN's not done though. He's going for the eBay block here as well. Gonna be delaying the Nexus, but thankfully Jieshi was able to see this ahead of time, so he will be able to expand accordingly. Fun fact, if there's too much progression on this engineering bay, it will force the Protoss player to expand elsewhere, either at the linear third or the triangular third. but Jieshi is able to expand on time, on location, as we get into our next game. And yeah, again, I was just really impressed with how Jieshi played out game one. He was honestly doing so well for himself when it comes to scouting the pushes, preparing for them, dealing with all the harassment, and even going for his own zealot run bys. It just came to the fight, the second big fight of the game, where Jieshi miscontrolled a little bit, wasn't able to correctly identify what was happening, of course, in said game, that there were, of course, Vikings on the way. And as a result, ByuN did take advantage of him. But now we can focus on game number 2, and from here, ByuN is going for that second gas geyser. CC on the high ground. ByuN does keep Jieshi in the dark. His probe scout was not able to make it into the main base. He doesn't really know what is going on, whether it's a one base all in or something far different. As the probe is scouting for a proxy starport, you love to see it. Stalker just poking away here at the front door, and yeah, we're going to be able to maybe pick off a Marine here or there, but we don't have any high ground vision, and Jieshi is being forced back, at least containing his opponent to one base, delaying that CC for as long as possible. As ByuN once again is setting up for a drop. We saw in game 1 he went for a double Widowmine drop alongside Marines. Here in game 2, I imagine he's looking for something similar. He's making a Reaper? Okay. Just a little bit of a misclick. Oh, good. Marines are on the way, and there we go. Do you have the dropping set up, zooming across the map? Oh, the Stalker wasn't quite in position to see this. Jieshi attempting to catch whatever moves out across the map, but ByuN does manage to squeeze on by. And this is dangerous. All the Stalkers are across the map, but Jieshi hoping to catch the medevac, but the medevac is already here. It's already here in the natural. Jieshi has to bring everything together and go for the recall. Pylon will go down. And this is dangerous. He only has a single gateway to work with. He will be able to clean this up. Looking to bait out that mine shot as well, and oh, it will not go off. He doesn't want to lose a Stalker. Feels bad, man. Oh, this is 2 more probes in the end. This did so much damage for ByuN. 5 probes, lost mine time, forced the recall as well. And we are not stopping. Raven zooming across the map, mine as well, burrowed here in the center, looking for a Stalker kill. Now, this Pylon did scout that Raven, and it looks like Jieshi is looking for it. He wants it, Papi, he wants it. ByuN, of course, he knows he got scattered, so he will back off. Does respect his opponent. Is aware that Jieshi is good enough to react. And he's going to be setting up here on 2 bases. We have our 3 Raxes. Factory, starport. And yeah, ByuN's going to be just working on his army a little bit longer. Depending on how long he delays his 3rd base, we could even see the beginnings of a 2-ace all-in here from ByuN. We only have 1 NG bay. I'll be honest, I haven't seen that too often from ByuN, so I expect him just to be delaying his 3rd CC. Raven rotating all the way around the map, headed towards the natural. We're looking to find some damage, some value. There is a Stalker in position, and yeah, Jieshi is already racing his way back home. Just in time here for the Raven, and up! Oh, he doesn't see. ByuN does, though, and he's going to be a little bit more careful with that Raven. Keep it in the back line. There's that 3rd CC we were talking about. Is thrown down. ByuN even catches the observer. We are now in the midst of pushing out. I love this. Once again, like, Jieshi is so meticulous with this. As soon as one observer dies, the other one takes its place. And he will spot the move out of ByuN. At the same time, a War Prism is getting ready for a counterattack. Do we have anything in the main base for ByuN? We have a couple of reinforcements staying here in said main, and ByuN does turn back around. This will be spotted by Jieshi. He knows not to push in. Again, Jieshi, he's waiting for ByuN to expose himself. Waiting for the army to move out before he does go for his move. Or he makes his play. Behind this, we have +1 armor on the way. Immortal production has commenced. Still no splash damage. That auto turret doing well for itself. Here we go. As the army moves out, Jieshi moves in. The Zealots do dive into the main base. We even have a warp in right into the mineral line as well. And ByuN, he turns everything around. Oh my, good targeting here from those Widow Mines. The Prism will fall. But this is already an insane amount of damage. 13 SCVs. Not just these workers, but also the fact that ByuN isn't being active on the map. He did pull back. And he is spotted by the Observer. Jieshi knows that he's safe and sound back at home. Now, even though this is a good start for Jieshi, we know that game 1, the same thing happened. Oh. Bit of an all-army hockey. The Raven does go down. But we know that the same thing happened in game 1, where ByuN, his economy was crippled. He lost his main mineral line, he lost his third mineral line. But what mattered in the end was the main push. What mattered was that ByuN was able to win the game with his main army anyway, even though his economy was crippled. And that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm concerned about for Jieshi. Oh my god, there are so many mines. Oh god! Oh. Looks like it just barely was enough. The Zealots do bust on through, once again wreaking havoc here at the third base. ByuN is focusing on the main push though, and we do have some decent force fields. But alas, wasn't enough to really clean up those Marines. The Zealots are trying to engage. We have the overcharge, we don't have any splash damage. The Immortal's exposed, the Immortal does go down. With the death of the Immortal, that may just be it. ByuN is busting on through. The Robo gets depowered. A very unfortunate placement here for the Robo. The Zealots are doing what they can, trying to force some friendly fire, but no, the targeting from ByuN is just too damn good. It looks like we're barely going to have enough. No, we do not. Jieshi has one Stalker left. And ByuN has broken the defenses of Jieshi. We have a Disruptor, which is nice. But we lost 12 workers. Jeshi's working on another base behind this. But ByuN is reinforcing. He doesn't want to slow down. He wants to keep on pushing. Oh. And yeah, even if we break these tanks, we're not going to break the army. Marauders rock up the Marines, the Widow Mines as well. ByuN has far too much. Okay, we don't need SCVs. Not where we're going, Papi. Where are we going? To the quarterfinals. That's where we're going. GG gets called, and ByuN will take the series 2-0. GG, well played. Ugh. But congratulations to Jieshi, or shout out to Jieshi for not having a bad performance. Like both in game 1 and game 2, he had his moments. He definitely had his moments. He made ByuN work for it. Let's be real. Like he was keeping up with ByuN for quite some time in both those games. Oh god, but the pushes, the engagements were just looking that much better for ByuN in the end. GG, well played. And as a result, ByuN will be advancing on into the next round. And let's have a look at where he is. Gonna have a moment here to catch up on the bracket because a lot has been going on.